What a season 2021 football was. Certainly didn't end like any of us wanted, and it affects the conversation, but let's have it. Where does this season, Jason, fit in the pantheon of college football seasons from BYU? And it is certainly a unique one in the conversation.
Yes, it is. So before I give you my answer, these are the years that I put into kind of the mix.
Okay.
These are the options for me.
Mm-hmm.
83, 84, 96.
To me, those are the top three, clearly, and then there's a gap.
Okay, all right.
Do you feel that way?
Well, we'll get there.
Oh.
Okay. 83, 84, 96, 2001, 2020. I almost said 2020, but for some reason that still sounds weird to me. And then 2021. Those are the ones that are in the mix.
Okay.
So here's how I broke it down. Number one, I will not listen to any argument that does not begin with 1984 being number one.
You need to talk to Spence then.
It's fine.
He actually thinks 83 is the best.
Any season that ends in a national championship is the best season.
I agree.
So that to me, if it doesn't begin with 84, it's a non-starter.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Number two, I have 1996.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to say, I think the way that you finish the season, if you have a bad ending, I think that drops you down a little bit. Now, there will be a caveat to that coming up in just a second.
Sure.
But 96, you're fifth. You win the Cotton Bowl. It's one of the greatest seasons that BYU's ever had. I have it number two.
Mm-hmm.
I have 1990 at number three.
Oh, wow.
Now, that season did not end great.
Yes.
But
Yes.
it is a season in which you beat the number one team in the country in Miami, and you win a Heisman. So for me, winning a Heisman trumps not ending the season right. So that's the caveat there.
Yeah.
So for me, I have 1990 third. Then I have 2021 or 2021 number four.
Oh, wow.
I have it fourth right now. And
Tell me why.
Now, again, the season certainly did not end the way anybody wanted.
Yeah.
But I think because of the schedule that you had, you were replacing the number 2 pick in the NFL draft. You go 5-0 against the Pac-12. You break a 10-game losing streak, or excuse me, a 9-game losing streak to Utah.
Hey, it was so long we're forgetting the number.
Yes, we're forgetting the actual number. The good news is it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
I have it as the fourth best season in BYU history right now.
Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, let me walk you through sort of my thought process on this. How do you weigh 2021? 7 Power Fives. We've never seen a season like it. And BYU goes 6-1, 5-0 versus Pac-12. It's unique. It's on its own. Like you said, you're replacing Zach Wilson. Don't forget, first-team All-American left tackle Brady Christensen.
Sure.
Like, there was a lot, 3 other draft picks. There was a lot to replace there. To go 10-3 was nuts. And so I start in my mind with 84, 83, 96 in that order of the top 3. Normally, to me, a 3-loss team is not in the convo for one of the best teams ever, but I see why you had 90 in there. Also, hey, this year, the greatest rushing season we've ever seen from a BYU Cougar.
True.
Surpassing a Doak Walker award-winning year, by the way, which is insane. You want to see how much times have changed. If Tyler Algier has that season in 2001, he also wins the Doak. But because it's 2021 and it's Power 5 heavy, no love. Not a finalist, which is disappointing, but it is what it is. Okay, let's talk about best wins. Utah finishes ranked 12th. This is the 4th best win in BYU history by finished ranking in the AP poll. How about that?
It's impressive.
2021, bringing it. And oh, by the way, there's only been a couple other seasons, I believe 2, where BYU beat 2 teams that finished top 25. Maybe it's 1, 83, beats UCLA and Air Force. And in 2021, Utah State finishes strong, ranked 24th. BYU had 2 wins versus top 25 teams. You'd be shocked, as I mentioned, at how often that doesn't happen. If the team was super good, BYU probably didn't win because they were super good. Baylor finishes 5th. BYU doesn't win that game. Like, that makes sense, right? But the Utah win and the Utah State wins, those are fantastic wins. Okay, so I kind of started. Did you finish top 25? I have to at least get to there. And probably did you finish top 20? Because the AP poll didn't do 25 for a minute. So the 70s and 80s teams, it's tough. But like, I have 1980 at number 4. 12-1, greatest single. They had a top 25 win in the end over SMU. That comeback, Jim McMahon's the first quarterback in college football history to throw for 4K. incredible. So that's 4. And then after that, I need more time to figure it out. I don't know exactly. It's in the top 10 somewhere.
Right.
And it's weighted differently. It's just how heavily do you weigh the schedule with that?
Look, and let's be honest. There could also be recency bias. If we, like you said, if you need more time, look, if we analyze this for another month, maybe the order changes. Maybe this past season drops down.
Well, does the NFL draft play into how you feel about a year?
I don't think it should, but
I think it should.
But see, I don't know if it should, because that doesn't.
Let me tell you why I think it should. Why do you think? I think when you go back to 2019 and you look at that USC win, that you should weigh it more heavily, because you go, you know who the receivers were for USC? Michael Pittman and Amon-Ra St. Brown,
right?
Who were crushing.
Yes, they're great receivers.
Colts and Lions.
Yep.
Amon-Ra St. Brown might be the rookie of the year. When you look at that, you go, oh, NFL talent matters. Like what you had, what they had, and if that team had a bunch and you didn't and you won, it was like that was a better win than you meant. That's why I say I think in the conversation, the NFL draft should matter. Like if Tyler Algier is a third-round pick and then crushes it in the NFL, we can go back and be like, oh, he has even more, standing in the conversation. Like when you have the best quarterback at BYU conversation, I don't put Steve first automatically because I'm just thinking BYU time. But most people say, well, Steve Young.
Right.
Because he's the one Pro Football Hall of Famer
the NFL.
From BYU. So it's interesting. And I love that, we can have 2021 and understand that 10-3 is not the same as 10-3 in 2008. Like it's a different 10-3 given who BYU played. I just wish that BYU had beaten UAB. We all do. Because if BYU is 11-2, it's very easy to say BYU's in the top 5 in all time, given the schedule, given the Tyler Algier year, given the everything. But because they lose that third one, it's like, you feel like an 01 and a 90 team where it's like, I know you're super good,
right,
but it's hard for me with the way the season ended to really feel great about it. Like, not very good or great. But because of the schedule, I could see the argument like you made of, no, this is one of the best. It is one of the best seasons ever. We're just trying to quantify exactly what.
I find it interesting that neither of us have brought up a Bronco Mendenhall coach team,
I would start too soon.
Well, see, and I want to follow that up by saying we're not saying that Bronco didn't have good teams, I think it's funny that of all the teams we've picked, not one of them came during Bronco's tenure, and that's not a statement or an indictment against Bronco. I just found it interesting that wait a minute. None of the teams during that year where the winning was so consistent did we pick at least in top 4 or 5 right now.
In the 6 to 10 best seasons in BYU history, there's probably 2 or 3 Bronco seasons.
Yes.
06 and 09 to me are the 2 best of those 4 that finished ranked.
Well, and
08, no.
And look at the NFL guys that came out of Broncos, especially on the defensive side.
06, you're blowing everybody out.
Yes.
And then the dramatic Utah game. 09, you're playing 4 teams that were ranked at the time. And you're beating Oklahoma, who finished just outside the top 25. They were 8-5, of course. So it's an interesting conversation. I like cumulative win percentage as well. Like, how good were all the teams combined? 2021, it was 15th. Okay? In some of the hardest years, BYU didn't do that well, right? You need some of those teams to stink. Like, BYU needed Arizona to be a 1-win team. South Florida was a 2-win team. You have to have a couple of those, right? But BYU's best win is clearly Utah for emotional reasons, but we can now quantify. But
now the way that the season ended out.
The 4th best win by final AP rank in BYU history. That's crazy.
And you never would have thought at the time. Like
because Utah went on this crazy run.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what, look, I think it's fun, though, that we're coming off 2 seasons in a row that certainly the win total speaks for itself when you put the 2 seasons together. But then when you look at the performances and everything that surrounded it, look, and it's also very hard to not, because we did this, I think this was with Spencer. I think this was one of the days that you were gone last week. And we were doing, all-time seasons and whatnot. In 2021 I had it as pretty darn close to number 1. Now, 84, I had number 1.
Oh, right.
But with everything going on, it's hard to not attach going to the Big 12 with this past season.
You have to attach it.
But
why not?
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with the actual season.
Oh, are you talking in the best years in BYU?
No, I'm talking about in this discussion.
Oh, in this discussion?
We will look fondly on this, but it's every time I think about this season, though, I'm like, oh, yeah, and we got the news that BYU's going to the Big 12.
Right.
And so it's hard to okay, but I can't think about that right now because that has nothing to do with the season.
We never did that with 2010. Oh, when BYU announced it was independent. Yay.
But it is
New Mexico Bowl.
It is such a part of the season that you physically have to disconnect it from this argument because otherwise it bumps it up. You know what I mean? Because that's so monumental.
What's the greatest? It's better than the Natty. No, it's not.